Destro's back on the attack, out to conquer the world on his own.
Leading Destro's army is the anti-gravity pod, the HEP.
Who needs Cobra? With my demon and the Iron Grenadiers, neither Joe nor Cobra are a match for me.
How's it going, y'all? Rowdy Rouse back with another video. So, you know how it is with me and G.I. Joe. If there's one that I think is cool or there's one that's attached to the memes, I'm probably going to grab it. And I saw everyone getting this guy and I was like, you know what? He's pretty dang cool. So I think I might want to grab him. So today, he's already out of the box. I've already shot the video. We have DARKLON. I do have some issues with him, but we'll talk about that as we go into the video. It's just articulation problems. But other than that, it's a pretty cool figure. So yeah, with all that being said, let's just get into it. All right, so as is the trend around here, because I just can't wait sometimes, I've already got him out of the box. But at the top, it says Cobra, DARKLON. We've got Iron Grenadiers, G.I. Joe Classified Series, Hasbro 4+, yada yada. No figure in the box, obviously. On this side, it says 155. We got the Cobra calling card, and there is a QR code there if you wanted to scan it. On the back, we get a render of the figure, and it's showing off his alternate head and the grenade leg piece for some reason. Then it says Cobra DARKLON with his calling card signs down there underneath, and of course 155 again. Some awesome DARKLON artwork on this side. Top of the box, bottom of the box, and with all that being said, ain't no box that can hold this metal head. He's literally got a metal head, so I know nothing about him though.
It's Destro's Dominator, a terrifying new foe with missiles that really fire.
Fire!
It's a tank and a helicopter.
So here is our G.I. Joe Classified Series DARKLON out of the box, and sometimes you see a figure, you know nothing about the figure, except that he looks really cool. And I saw everyone else getting him, and I was like, yo, I think I need that guy with his claymore sword and shiny masks and all that stuff. So let's take a quick look at DARKLON here. Starting at the head, you can see there, I think that's just a rubber bodysuit he's wearing underneath, but he's got a really cool black mask with some silver accents. He's got a olive colored shirt with some camo stripes on there, some armor everywhere. We've got a chest strap, we've got a shoulder pauldron, some black gloves, just kind of clashing colors, because coming down he's got a belt, and then he's got some red pants that go into orange pants that go into more added stuff like that grenade belt or whatever it is. And then he's got some really narrow ankles, but it doesn't seem to mess with him standing up. We got the straps on the back there. He's got a sheath for his dagger. It's a very fancy sheath, by the way. Sheath, Palpatine. I know it's sheath. Sorry. And then, of course, on his back, he's got another sheath for his claymore, which has a nice accent on it as well. It's wrapped with some silver down there at the bottom. He's very nicely painted. There's a lot of different colors on DARKLON here. And I believe he's Destro's cousin, so yeah, I think they're related. And of course, he's related to the Iron Grenadiers. I don't know much about them or any Joe's factions other than G.I. Joe and Cobra. But I know there's separate factions, like there's, you know, the Dreadnoks and the Iron Grenadiers and all that stuff. So I'm sure he's like a leader or like a special person in the Iron Grenadiers. And he's a really cool looking figure. Like he's very, like he's dumb, obviously. Like he's cool, but in a dumb way. Like it's like, this is just a stupid figure, but he looks really cool. And sometimes that's all you need, because Blowtorch, it's just about the meme. This guy, it's just because he got a big old sword and a really cool alternate head sculpt. And I just really like the way he looks. So, you know, there's a lot of detail on him too. A lot of different paints and colors. So, you know, just... And it doesn't even feel or look like a G.I. Joe. I know he comes with some guns, but there's like no place to put them. So it's more like about the sword and the knife. And you could stick him in anywhere, essentially. Like you could have him fighting Marvel Legends. You could have him fighting Power Rangers. It fits for all of it. So just a cool looking figure. Checking out DARKLON's height. You know, we've got the handy dandy tape measure over here. DARKLON stands at about... well, I knocked him over, so I can't tell. DARKLON stands at about 6.5 inches. So starting at the head, it is very limited.
The neck is a separate piece, but it doesn't have very much range. So you get backward that far, forward that far. Shoulders about 90 degrees, limited butterfly joint, pinless double elbows. Of course, we got a wrist peg. And then the torso articulation is terrible. We get that far forward, that far back, and then you add in the waist. You get that far forward and that far back. So I prefer an ab crunch to this. This is not a good design. I don't care what anyone says. I don't need this. If there's an ab crunch and an upper ball peg at the torso, I don't need that, because look how bad this is. He's got a big sword and he can't swing it far. So what the heck, Hasbro? Legs come forward that far. We do get a drop down hip, comes out to the side, butt kicking action on that double knee. We get a thigh cut, we get a boot cut, and we get an ankle rocker. So good in some ways, very limited in other ways, especially when it comes to being a sword-wielding guy. Swords need to be swangin'. And DARKLON can't really do that with his limited torso articulation, so boo on that. Alright, so going over the accessories, first of all, we have this head sculpt on him, which is fine, but I like this one better. This is how he's probably going to stay from now on, because it reminds me of Metalocalypse and all kinds of other stuff, and he's Destro's cousin, and this looks like a metal head, although it is just a mask. But it's a very cool mask. It's got, you know, tongue sticking out. That's the coolest part. Coming down, we've got this knife, very nicely painted, black handle, silver paint on the blade, and the hand guard on it. Sorry. Big old claymore. It's got some red on there, which is very cool, looking like some gems with the silver pommel. And then, of course, this blade is very artistic. Would definitely slice somebody up. And then you've got the sheath with the accents and the yellow leather strap, and very nicely painted stuff for that. Goes right into his back there, pegs in nicely. Doesn't really move too far. Come on, DARKLON. There we go. He stands up well. So that's good. And then you get two guns. And I don't see myself giving him these. Swords are cooler, but as you'll see in photography, you can get some effect pieces in there. They do have some holes in the end, and it's like a chain gun, I'm assuming, with, I don't know what that's about, but maybe it shoots lasers, I don't know. And then we get this little revolver, which I'm sure we've seen before. Like, it can't be new for DARKLON, right? But yeah, that is DARKLON's accessories.
G.I. Joe, the real American hero!
Can Destro's army destroy Joe and Cobra? Find out at Marvel Comics.
First of all, for scale and comparison, here he is with his cousin and his cousin's girl. We got Destro and Baroness. I would love to get that retro card Baroness. This is the one from the coil, and I just feel like the retro card one is so much better, but I digress. Here he is next to Snake Eyes and Timber. Here he is with Blowtorch. Here he is next to some Valaverse with the Praetorian and Pandora. And I want to try something real quick with that Praetorian. And here I wanted to try this. Ooh la la, this looks great. That extra head on this Praetorian. I hope it doesn't stretch it out too much, because it was a little hard to get on there. I'm going to take it off, but it definitely looks really cool. Oh, I did what I didn't want to do. It'll shrink back, but dang, now that head is loose. I'm stupid.
But here comes Captain Gridiron in the new G.I. Joe Battle Bunker. Hidden inside are 5 Cobra-crunching missiles.
Cobra Tower! Ram 'em! Go Joe!
A real American hero! G.I. Joe!
Destro's Dominator and G.I. Joe Battle Bunker sold separately. Now collect Joe and Cobra command rings, free in special packages.
So yeah, there you go, y'all. With all that being said, I'd say he's worth it. He does have some problems with the articulation, which Hasbro should definitely work on. If you're not going to give the full range of movement with those ball joints, you need to just stick with an ab crunch. So that's a little frustrating, but he still looks great. He still poses up awesome, as you can see. So it's not that big of a problem. It's just like, work on that stuff, Hasbro. Like, why can't you figure out that when you give something like that, you need to carve out space for the joint to actually move? Otherwise, it's gonna be limited. And I don't modify my figures like that. I don't do that. So he's stuck with not being able to swing his sword very broadly, which is unfortunate, but If y'all like this video, smash like, hit subscribe if you're not subscribed, comment, let me know what you think. If you like DARKLON, if you agree about the articulation, just say hey, how your day is going. Check out our 4K giveaway. Make sure you're entered for that. Become a channel member, 99 cents to get early videos like this one. And yeah, do all that stuff. If you are protesting, be safe. Keep your head up. Stay brave. Be kind to your local LGBTQ community.
I love y'all. I will see you next time, and bye-bye. Mwah. G.I. Joe. I don't know if you can tell, but just look at my eyes. They're not even open right now. You know what that means.
Just wait 1 minute. I'm watching this new Rowdy Rouse video and it's really awesome. I don't want to miss it.
It's like this chick that reviews action figures and it's really freaking cool.
Yes, I think they saw some videos and there's some really good contents out there, you know?
She reviews the ponies and stuff because you knows I love ponies.
She doesn't review ponies. It's freaking cool stuff, Toki.